is a country full of talent, full of hunger, full of young people who refuse to wait for opportunity, who go out and build it themselves. 10 weeks ago, 12 of them answered a call. They left their campuses, their comfort zones, and their routines, and they walked into the most challenging experience of their professional lives. They were tested from the very first day, assessed, observed, and pushed before they even knew what was coming next. Then they opened up, shared their visions, told us who they were, where they came from, and what they were fighting for.
Yes, I don't like traffic, so most fun fact is I get to work by 5:30 in the morning, all because I want to avoid traffic.
It was the moment we fell in love with all 12 of them. Then the real work began. Week 3, a cross-platform World Cup campaign that asked them to think like marketers, strategists, and storytellers all at once. Ghana was going to the World Cup, and our interns had to make the nation feel it.
This is our budget. This is our campaign.
Yes.
This is Ghana to the world.
Yes.
This is more than a game.
Yes.
We move.
Congratulations.
Week 4 brought the battle of minds, the AI and innovation debate. 3 rounds of high-stakes argument that tested not just what they knew, but how they thought, how they listened, and how they held their ground when the pressure was on.
AI through technological innovation will create more jobs. AI promotes personalized learning.
Week 5 was the most personal challenge yet. No teams, no brief, just each intern alone, facing a panel of HR professionals and a set of real workplace scenarios that revealed their character like nothing else had. For Chris and Theodosia, it was the end of the road. Week 6. Lights, camera, purpose. Our interns became filmmakers using the power of storytelling to speak about one of the most urgent crises facing our world, Ghana's climate. Their 2-minute films said more about who they are than any presentation ever could. Steven and Atin Ghana gave us some of the season's most memorable moments. Week 7 took our interns to West Africa, one of the continent's leading innovation hubs, where they were handed a real corporate crisis and 2 hours to solve it using artificial intelligence. 2 hours, a real brief, a real company, and 8 interns who refused to fold under pressure, Heavens and Fafali. You showed us what resilience looks like. Week 8 brought us back to our roots, raw shea butter, a global brief, and 6 interns who had to build a luxury brand from scratch, test it on real people, pitch it to the faculty, and prove that what Ghana has is good enough for the world. Vanessa, Bruce, Konedu, Ishmael, 4 finalists tonight. Their journey reaches its final chapter. One last challenge, one panel of judges who have seen everything they are capable of, and one title that only one of them can claim.
And yes, the chapter comes to a close today, but most importantly, this chapter is going to be the most important in their lives. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to you if you're watching us live on TV3. We're excited to be here, are we not? Who are we supporting tonight? I'm hearing do-do-do. What's do-do-do? What am I hearing again? Bruce, Vanessa, Ishmael. Well, it's charged up in the studios, and I can just imagine for you who could not join us in the studios just how excited you are as well. For the last 10 weeks or so, we've come your way displaying intellect and creativity, competitiveness, everything in between. And you saw that in the profile that was played for our top 4 contestants, but most importantly, for all 12 who started the journey of the Top Intern Season 3. And we're here finally climaxing this evening and eventually finding out who will become Ghana's next Top Intern Season 3. One more time. Who's winning tonight? Well, let's see how it goes. Of course, tonight they have 2 major tasks that they will be displaying and of course going through, and we hope that our faculty will do a fantastic job like they've always done, just to ensure that we select our winner. But my name is Bella Mundi. It's great to come your way this evening, and of course if you want to join in the conversation, we're streaming live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube. You can find us on DSTV channel 279, and of course you can also watch us on our free-to-air channels. But most importantly, remember the hashtag is the Top Intern. Join in the conversation. Let us know who you're rooting for, who you think has showcased the most talents, the most intellect over the last 10 weeks. And hopefully, maybe your guess might be as good as mine. Your favorite might win tonight. Earlier, we saw a performance from the Moet String Ensemble. And in fact, we have one more major performance that will be coming your way. A young lady that we all absolutely adore. And when it's time, you'll get to see her in all her glory. But speaking of glory, well, we have our final 4 contestants, and they will be displaying their glory right here on stage. And our faculty will do the impeccable job of choosing them. Speaking of which, let's quickly take a look at who our faculty are for tonight.
Larry Kotoi is an environmental scientist and regulatory expert with an extensive career at Ghana's Environmental Protection Agency. As Acting Director of Sustainability and Circular Economy, he leads initiatives that promote sustainable waste management, circular economy practices, and environmental stewardship across Ghana. He previously served as Deputy Director for Petroleum and Project Coordinator for the African Environmental Health and Pollution Management Program, where he helped develop national electronic waste management frameworks in collaboration with international partners.
Professor Robert Ebo-Hinton is one of Africa's leading marketing scholars, a distinguished academic, and an internationally respected business strategist with more than 3 decades of experience in marketing, branding, customer experience, and higher education. He currently serves as a distinguished visiting professor at the University of Johannesburg and is a member of the accreditation committee of the Association of African Business Schools. A TEDx speaker, accomplished author, and public speaker who brings a wealth of expertise in marketing, strategy, innovation, and leadership to today's assessment.
Anita Wiafe is a distinguished human capital strategist, organizational psychologist, and entrepreneur with over 20 years of experience across Africa and the United Kingdom. As founder and CEO of OML Africa, she has advised organizations on leadership, organizational transformation, talent development, and workforce strategy. Ghana's first female certified International Labour Organization SCORE trainer. She is passionate about youth employability, entrepreneurship, and preparing for the next generation of African leaders for the future of work. Emma Adjoa Apia Oseitia is a highly accomplished strategic communications executive and brand architect with over 30 years of experience spanning education, marketing, and environmental sanitation. As General Manager for Governmental Affairs, Strategic Partnerships, Corporate Affairs, Media and Brands Management at Zoom Lion Ghana Limited, she leads high-level stakeholder engagement, corporate reputation, ESG initiatives, and strategic communications. Emma has championed major national initiatives, working with the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sanitation and Water Resources, and co-leading nationwide disaster preparedness campaigns with NADMO.
can do better. You know why? Because these are the people who are going to eventually decide if your favorite wins. So do you want to try it again? One more time. Let's put our hands together for faculty. Aha, now you're talking. Faculty, looks like they're trying to use the applause to bribe you, but let's see if that's going to work. Let me start off with Mr. Larry Kotoe. He's a Director, Petroleum Sustainability, Circular Economy, EPA. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you feeling tonight?
I'm really good. I'm looking forward to a very exciting.
Well, yes, definitely. But tell me, what are your expectations for tonight?
I'm thinking about people innovating enough because of the challenges that we are in today. So I expect them to be very innovative, and their solutions should be implementable.
I see. Well, let's see if they will be innovative enough. But Anita Wiafe is the CEO for OML Africa. Good evening, Anita.
Good evening.
I hope you've had a fantastic day.
Yes, I have had a busy day, but yes, it's been fantastic.
Well, I have 4 young individuals backstage who are going to do everything they can legally to ensure that they convince all 4 of you. But for you in particular, what would stand out for you the most?
I think that I'm looking for the candidate who can critically think through the tasks that have been set, that can kind of think outside the box, but can also connect the dots.
Think outside the box and connect the dots.
Yes.
So be innovative, connect the dots. Let me jump over to Emma Adjoa Apia Oseidria, the General Manager, Governmental Affairs, Strategic Partnerships, Corporate Affairs, Media and Brands Management, Zoom Lion. Hello, Emma. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing as well?
I'm good. Yourself?
Now, I'm fine, thank you. Now, the position that you sit in requires that, you're scrutinized at every point with regards to the work that you're doing, which I'm sure you're going to be doing this evening for the 4 contestants. In your scrutiny, what's the one mistake they should not make on stage today?
I think that they should not try to bring up things that are overly expected. They should be innovative enough and knowing the country that they live in, benchmark best practices, and bring them up in their scenarios.
I see. Well, they can hear you loud and clear, and I'm sure they're going to do their very best to make sure that that mistake is not made on stage. And now to our resident faculty. You see him every week on TV. I'm sure you become a fan one way or the other, right? Well, he's a little tough on them, but he's also one of the sweetest judges you can ever think of. And in fact, he has guided them from week 1 up until now. So I'm sure that he's one of the proudest fathers, I may say, at this point. Professor Ebo Hinson is here with us, our resident faculty. Good evening, Prof.
Madam, it's good to see you.
Yes, it's good to see you as well, regardless. Exactly.
Regardless.
Now, regardless of what happens tonight, we're supposed to find a winner.
Absolutely.
What is that one thing that would define who the winner becomes tonight?
Ecclesiastes 7:8. It says that the end of a matter, it is better than the beginning, and patience is better than pride. So, for the contestants who come and have patiently thought through the briefs, they will stand out. Those who have arrogantly regarded it will also show up. It's the patient who will win. So I wish them all the best.
I didn't expect us to go to church tonight, but we did. Somebody say hallelujah. Aha. Well, at least if you didn't know any memory verse at all in your life, you remember this one.
Ecclesiastes 7:8.
So
the end of a matter is better than the beginning, and patience is better than pride.
I see.
Yes,
patience indeed is better than pride.
It's much better than pride. Yes.
Well, regardless. Professor Ebo Hinson, and so you've met our faculty. They've shared with you what their thoughts are on the various performances that they're expecting tonight and who eventually they expect to carry the night. What about you? What are your expectations? And we'd like to hear from you as well. So remember, the hashtag is the top intern. You can join us on X, on Facebook, and of course, Instagram and TikTok. I will very shortly let you in on what's at stake tonight, because we have 4 finalists, and at the end of the day, each of them would walk away with a prize. But there's a grand prize for the overall winner, and we'll let you in on exactly what that person will be taking home. But this is the Top Intern Season 3. We're live on TV3. One more time before we take a break. Who is winning Top Intern Season 3? We'll be right back.
That's all he can beat, the magic producer.
Ghana's Most Beautiful celebrates 20 years of culture, grace, and legacy. You are warmly invited to an exclusive launch, gala, and fundraiser for a legacy project, an unforgettable evening shared with our cherished partners, distinguished past queens, and the remarkable individuals who have shaped this extraordinary journey over the years. Join us at 8 p.m. sharp at Adisa Pavilion within the prestigious Labadi Beach Hotel on 2nd August 2026. The red carpet opens at 6 p.m. Come for the elegance, stay for the purpose, be part of the legacy. Ghana's Most Beautiful, 20 years of culture, grace, and legacy. This event is strictly by invitation.
Brought to you by
Gino Pomo Tomato Mix,
GTP, Kivo Gari 4-in-1 Mix, and Kivo Hot Pepper. Obwasi Numna Wumwangasa.
Incaress by NK Pharma.
Heaven Black Mosquito Spray and Coil.
Newcomer Blood Tonic and Gastron from Ernest Chemist.
Fratelli Calipo. Dragnet.
Global Wings Travel and Tour.
Ladyfort.
Vitamilk.
Vigatem.
Ghana's Most Beautiful celebrates 20 years of culture.
You record a private video of yourself for your lover and accidentally post it on your work group chat. What would you do?
I'll call a meeting, ask everybody to delete it because it was a mistake.
I'm the best sticker. It's harder than it looks. Elevia Olakeia. What is the basic ingredient for cooking spaghetti bolognese?
Water.
Hey, madam, how many times did you flip that one? He's a 10 or she's a 10, but she doesn't like bathing.
Intern Grand Finale. This is Season 3, and we're climaxing it in the most memorable way. 4 finalists, and of course, at the end of today, one will be adjudged winner. That person will become the winner of the Top Intern Season 3. In fact, if you just tuned in or if you may have missed out on the entire season, no worries. At least these 4 will show you why it is important to always tune into the Top Intern. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to glean from every single one of them. And so at this point, let me just remind you that we have 4 finalists, and in fact, the overall winner will be walking away with 10,000 Ghana cedis cash plus a scholarship of the winner's choice, and it will be sponsored by Academic City. Is that not good? That's great news, right? One more time, our winner tonight walks away with 10,000 Ghana cedis, and it doesn't end there. They get a scholarship of their choice, and it will be sponsored by Academic City. But we're not leaving the other 3 to go empty-handed. The person who comes in second place will take home 8,000 Ghana cedis. The person who comes in third place, 6,000 Ghana cedis. And our 4th finalist will take home 4,000 Ghana cedis. So everyone takes home something. Everyone is a winner at the end of the day. But we've introduced our faculty to you. It's time to get into our first task for tonight. Are you ready? Yes. Well, let me give you details as to exactly what to expect for this first round. Now, for this final round, or the first round actually, our finalists are taking on some of Ghana's most pressing challenges: sanitation, flooding, and waste management. They've been tasked to step into the shoes of strategic advisors to the President of the Republic of Ghana and to propose 4 innovative, practical, sustainable, and cost-effective solutions that can create measurable impact and address the root causes of these issues. But they cannot rely on theory alone. Each contestant has also visited a community directly affected by the challenge they chose to address, and they produced a 2-minute video report to bring the realities on the ground to life. Through documentaries, news features, human interest stories, or investigative reports, they've gathered real experiences and community perspectives to support their recommendations. Now, they must bring all that research, insight, and innovation before the judges and make the case for why their solutions could truly work for Ghana. And so we're going to invite on stage our first finalist. He is from the University of Ghana. Please put your hands together for Ishmael Odro Echampong.
My name is Ishmael Odro Echampong. I'm a graduate from the University of Ghana, where I got my undergraduate degree in political science. Currently, I am pursuing my postgraduate studies in MPhil Political Science at the University of Ghana and another MA in Development Communication from IG. I hope to bring on the show my readiness to learn, the humility to learn, to challenge myself, and then the acumen to easily analyze situations and give pragmatic answers. Annual rains is not the enemy. Flooding is not the sole enemy. The real enemy is plastic waste management. This is Agbogloshi.
Every day, thousands of Ghanaians come to Agbogloshi to earn a living. It is a center for commerce, opportunity, and resilience. Yet, beneath this daily activity lies a challenge that extends far beyond this community. A challenge that affects our economy, our environment, and our national development. To many, the waste lining these rains has become an ordinary sight. Yet, every discarded plastic bottle, every blocked channel, and every unmanaged heap of refuse contributes to a cycle that Ghana knows all too well. Flooding is often described as a consequence of heavy rainfall. Yet, field observations in Agbogloshi suggest a more complex reality. Drainage systems cannot function effectively when they become channels for unmanaged waste. The result is predictable: reduced water flow, overflowing drains, damaged infrastructure, and increased exposure to flood-prone diseases. Agbogboshi is not the origin of Ghana's waste challenge. It is where the consequences become visible. Waste discarded across the city is carried through drainage systems and eventually accumulates in low-lying areas such as this.
Ayana bola kochokichoki womu ena odo na yina wa ha no am fense kolene wa ha se mi to aya bola wom enti na ba ne sada nso ni to enti mi ye de enko na ama bola no echokichoki enti mi ye free enti na ma flood no eba ha se.
Poor sanitation and ineffective waste management increase public expenditure, disrupt commerce, damage infrastructure, reduce productivity, and threaten public health. These are not isolated environmental issues, they are barriers to national development.
Mr. President, if Agbogboshi could speak, what do you think Agbogboshi would say? This case is not peculiar to Agbogboshi. This is just a fraction of a national problem. Mr. Speaker, let me use this opportunity to observe a moment of silence for our gallant souls we lost on June 29th when the rains came and the flood came. Mr. President, I agree with you when you say part of the problem is indiscipline, individually and corporate-wise. In line of that, Ghana produces 1.1 million tons of plastic waste every year. Out of this, only 9% is recycled. ISA also proposes that Ghana spends 6.2 billion Ghana cedis on disaster recovery every year. Out of all the communities that is flood-prone in our country, less than 15% have a working early warning system. Mr. President, this leads me to introduce my strategy I have identified as Ghana's flooding and sanitation strategy. This strategy seeks to first reduce the rates at which plastic waste land in our drainage systems. Secondly, we want to prevent flooding through proactive drainage system and citizen participation. Thirdly, we want to streamline the efforts of our individual institutions who are channeled, who are geared towards achieving the same goal. Lastly, we want to create wealth out of the waste that we generate in this country. Mr. President, first, there has to be an act of parliament which shifts the responsibility to producers of plastic waste in this country. Mr. President, we shouldn't also forget that we institute the National Deposit Return Scheme where, let's say, a plastic bottle costs 3 cedis 50 pesos. Somebody gets the empty bottle, returns it, and they get the 50 pesos that is behind the 3 cedis. This is incentivizing to get people to pick plastics from our environment. Again, let us establish community buyback centers where people will have the willingness to go into our environment, scoop up all the plastics, take it to a center where they can get rewarded in cash or in anything that is valuable to them. Mr. President, let us also not lose sight of our community. Let us leverage on our local government architecture. Let us institute a community sanitation committee, monthly cleanups, which will also engender behavioral campaign in our country. Mr. President, let us also institute a scorecard, which will be exhibited quarterly. The top performers will get more funds towards sanitation. Those who are performing poorly would also receive technical assistance to do better. Digitally, we have to map up all our drains, and then the high-risk channels that we see that they are prone to flooding, we insert sensors in them so that anytime we see that there is a high rising water level or that clogging, it can easily be detected and appropriate authorities will go there. Thirdly, This is a citizen app I created for myself, which you can report people who are being defiant in society, people who litter about without recourse to our environmental laws in this country. Mr. President, let's talk about integrating our governance architecture. EPA, NADMO, Works and Houses, local government authority, they all seek to achieve the same thing, but their efforts are not complementary enough. Let us get a specific council chaired by the president, which will bring all these people together to streamline their efforts. In line of that, we should have a data set where they will all feed from the same data set, so that they get to know what has been done and what is yet to be done. They also have to have an integrated budgeting and annual auditing where this will reduce duplicity in their activities. Lastly, Mr. President, Waste to Wealth Innovation Program. We are creating so much waste without getting the needed value out of it. Now, the world is moving green, so we have to generate wealth out of the waste that we create in this country. Mr. President, this is not just idealistic, but this is very feasible, because the left side is the pond site, which used to be a landfill with all kind of waste, but now it has been turned into a recreational facilities where musicians now go there to shoot music videos. Imagine we have tens of this in our country, the wealth it will generate for the country. Mr. President, this is not going to come solely from the president. It's not going to be daunting on the president. It is going to come partly from the Judicial Assembly Common Fund, extended producer responsibility fees, environmental levies, green bonds, private-public partnership that will fund this model that I'm proposing. This is how I intend to institute this over a 5-year plan implementation. Mr. President, let's talk about deliverables. After 5 years, 40% of national plastic recycling rate should be achieved. We should have a reduction in urban flooding by 30%. We should also have 50% reduction in plastic waste entering our waste, and then there should be thousands of jobs that will be created out of this strategy I am proposing. Now, one strategy, we are gaining 4 impacts. We are getting economic impact, environmental, social impact, and then governance coordination, which will be backed by data-driven decisions. Mr. President, this is the end of my presentation, and over here, this is the end of my presentation, and I have some QR codes with the judges. You can scan to see the app I created, which will also help report people who are being defiant to our laws. Thank you very much.
All right. And that's Ishmael wearing the hat of a strategic advisor to the President of the Republic of Ghana. I'll hand it over to the judges, our faculty. I'll start off with you, Mr. Larry Kotoe. What are your thoughts? Do you have any questions? Do you have any comments?
Yeah, thank you. And then thank you very much for the presentation. I must say that you've really researched enough to see the current policy direction of government. I see a lot of EPR, which is currently being the global discussion when it comes to the management of plastics. And then I also see you talking about recycling and all that. Just a few of the innovations, which is the app that we've also introduced, which is very good because we have a lot of people doing open dumping and all that. So that's a very good presentation, but I must also say that I didn't hear a lot of alternatives. Now the discussion is also going into how can we replace plastics, because currently within the international negotiations where we are currently discussing how can we replace plastics, I think we should also be thinking about how can we transition away from plastics by introducing some of the alternatives. And that is where probably I might want to comment on. Maybe later, if we have the opportunity, we can delve deeper into what you have presented. But these are just my brief comments.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. I'll skip to Professor Abel Hinton. For the sake of time, we'll do 2 judges at a time. Prof.
Please, how is the word choked? How is it like a choke drain? How is it spelled? Choked.
CHOKED.
Were you the one who put together the video?
Yes, please.
It was spelled CHOCKED. Is that a Latin version of the word, or is... normal English?
Yeah, Prof, it's blind side. I'll do better next time.
It's a blind side?
Yes, please.
So now the light has come. So, so the sea has disappeared.
Yes,
what a shock. Okay, so thank God the light is here now. Since the light is here, at a point you were calling Mr. President, then you went to Mr. Speaker, and are they the same people, or is a different person, or is two in one?
They are different.
The light has come. I know it was a blind side when you were presenting as well, but now what is it?
They are different people, Prof.
So why were you oscillating between the Speaker and the President?
Yeah, so Prof, my strategy was to address the President.
Okay.
But I watched more of the parliamentary proceedings.
So you thought you were in Parliament?
Yes, please.
On your blind side again?
Yes, please.
Okay, no problem. Okay, then he said the real enemy is plastic waste management. I thought the real enemy was plastic waste.
Pollution, I said, sir.
Okay, I wrote, I think it's another blind side. So tonight your blind side have been a lot, but thank God the light has come. Good presentation.
Thank you, Prof.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Prof.
Madam Bella.
Good presentation. Congratulations, Ishmael Odroe-Champon from the University of Ghana. Let's introduce our second contestant for tonight. And she is representing Unimac IJ Development Communication, Nana Kunedu Ajiman.
Hi, I am Magdalene Nana Kunedu Ajiman, 30 years old and a final year development and communication student from Unimac, the University of Media Arts and Communication. I have seen what Top Intern have done in the lives of its contestants. I am here for my skills to be honest, sharp enough to add my quota to the communication fraternity in Ghana and in Africa. After the downpour, officials moved fast to evacuate residents from what the water left behind. But for some, it had already taken everything. I am in Chado to speak to a man who lost everything.
On the unfaithful night of 28th, I left here around 3 a.m. It was still drizzling. There were showers, around 3 a.m. showers. I got home. I live 2 blocks away from here, so I got home and then I fell down, slept, and then we woke up to water. We didn't know where everything was coming from, and it just came in like that. Everything that we practically used for work was untakeable. Some of the machines we use are a bit sophisticated, and our technicians around are not really familiar with. And the feedback I'm getting is you have to buy a new one because these machines are very, very sophisticated. Ideally, you don't need to, it doesn't need to get water.
Okay.
Now it's mud.
Okay.
And you need to use water to wash them. And we are talking machines costing around 10,000 US, 12,000 US. So our buttonhole machine that was gone, that's around 8,500 US. The embroidery machine with its sensors also gone. Trying to fix them. As it stands now, I don't even know if it's going to work, if I can get some parts to fix, because that's what's going to save me now.
What do you think can be done to care
the tankers? We used to call them the tankers. If that task force is back, I think it's going to help us, because people just wake up, dump refuse anywhere and anyhow, building in Ramsar sites. All these things are the aftermath of their actions. NADMO had to come in. Imagine all those monies that had to be used to buy beds that were not going to do anything, like buy bags of rice. But if that money was allocated to that task force, I think it will really solve it before it happens for them to do this.
The government's cleanup exercise has cleared drains across the city. In this year's budget, the finance minister allocated funds specifically for flood mitigation. But for people like Michael Odum, the question is simpler. What happens when it rains again? The money has been allocated, the water will come again. The question is whether the system will be ready before it does. Good evening, faculty. Good evening, Mr. President. Mr. President, how would you feel if you lost everything you own within a twinkle of an eye? That was what happened to Mr. Odum, a fashion designer who lost everything to flood. Flood, waste, and sanitation are no longer seasonal inconveniences. They are reoccurring national emergency that needs urgent attention. I will be presenting 4 practical, measurable, actionable, and sustainable recommendations to help build Ghana from a flood area to a flood, to help move Ghana from flood to a flood-free country. Let's look at the crisis at a glance. On 29th June alone, the nation suffered a major rainfall, with Greater Accra experiencing 169.2 mm of this disaster, that making it the 4th highest rainfall since 1995, and it put 89,636 people. It displayed 89,636 people, and Greater Accra with a major number of 54,712. This puts our assets at 3.2 billion at a risk. Now, we produce 1.1 million tons of plastics. 90% end up in our water bodies. Only 10% are recycled. Root causes: poor attitude. We have weak waste segregation and low environmental salience. Infrastructure deficit: too few bins, aging population, and our drainage systems are undersized. Weak planning, unplanned buildings and buffer encroachment, and low disaster risk management capacity. NADMO, EPA, and all aligning agencies are under-resourced. To my four recommendations that are tech-enabled, we need to shape public attitude. We need to sensitize households, teach them why they need to prioritize their environment. We also need to ensure our bylaws, strict enforcement, that anyone who goes contrary to what our bylaw says in our communities and our environment will be penalized to serve as deterrent to others. We also need to improve circular economy infrastructure. We need to right-size our landfills. We also need to use tech-embedded separation bins. Example, like Internet of Things, where we can leverage on AI to be able to use AI bins that can tell when a bin is full and also segregate waste at source. We also need to formalize waste pickers. With this, we institutionalize them. We put them in the system, that when they pick the waste, we can easily tell where they drop it and how it is used. We also need a smart community planning. We need to enforce our plans. Every district community has a plan, but this plan lays bare on paper. It is not in use. We also need to modernize our drainage system. In Australia, the drainage system has a boom net. And what this net does, it holds all plastics to allow water flow easily. This initiative we can leverage on to have a flood-free country. Also, we need to restore our natural buffers. We need to make sure that we do not give permits to people, citizens, to build on water-prone areas. Lastly, AI-powered disaster risk management. We need to resource NADMO. The finance minister has allocated funds to curb floods. That's about 400 million Ghana cedi. This money can be disbursed to NADMO, EPA, and every other aligning agency to make them work seamlessly, and also have a shared data where they can communicate and know where there is flood and how to mitigate the flood. We also need to enforce the disaster risk management policy. A policy cannot be a policy when it's not implemented well. Now, we also need to have heads, a committee, and heads from all these agencies, NADMO, EPA, Ghana Met, and what have you, to come together and think alike and make correct decisions for the country. This is an app I built. This app has sort and end. Sort and end is for the citizen. So if a citizen is able to segregate their bins, their waste, they can easily upload to earn something small through Momo. That we are encouraging them to own their environment and prioritize the environment. Also, smart bins. These smart bins will be for agencies like NADMO, Ghana Met, and all aligning agencies, and not only them, for trucks that collect this waste. So when we leverage on AI, and we know that we are using AI sense bins, when it is ready to be picked up, when it is full, the truck driver will not go wandering about, but knows where to go exactly to pick the waste. And these wastes will be put in proper use. Also, risk map. This risk map again will be used by agencies that work on the environment and every other salient agenda. Now, the risk map will tell a region that is flood prone, a region that needs urgent attention to curb a flood, so that the government can allocate resources and support to those regions first before attending to less regions that have less flooding to occur. And lastly, early warning. This early warning signs will be for the ordinary citizens, like myself and you, faculty. So what this early warning app segment will do is to send SMS messages and WhatsApp messages to citizens anytime it's about to rain, so they know if where they are is safe and sound. And they will be collaborating with the Ministry of Communication, not just to disseminate this information in English, but in our local dialect for all citizens as well. This should be done in 3 years. Year 1, we pilot. Year 2, we scale. And year 3, we institutionalize. When we pilot and scale, then we know we have tested and it's approved. And now we can institutionalize it and make it permanent for use. When we do this, I can promise you, Mr. President, that we will have a cleaner, drier, smarter Ghana, certainly within reach. And it is cost efficient because we are not taking taxes from anyone. We are using the money allocated to curb flood, and that money will be disseminated to every important agency that works on the environment for the nation to be a better one for you and I. And also, it will be measurable because it has a lifespan of 3 years. We test it, we scale it, and then we institutionalize. Okay. And lastly, it's sustainable because we are leveraging on AI, and not only AI, everyone is involved. A collective effort to have a better Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you, Nana Kunedu Ajiman. And she's also proposed for innovative, practical, sustainable, and cost-effective solutions to addressing the issue of sanitation, flooding, and waste management. We'll throw it to our faculty now. I'll start off with you, Anita Weafe. What are your thoughts, and do you have any questions?
Okay, so on feedback on the presentation, at the start, it wasn't very clear what your angle or approach was from the video. Couldn't really connect the shadow with the presentation. And then what I thought was positive was the reference to technology, the whole idea of the AI, the idea of smart bins, I thought were good suggestions. But I think for me, I would have liked to have heard a bit more about, that was a bit more realistic to our environment. I would have liked to hear something about how we can strengthen some of what we're already doing, because some of the things you mentioned, we're already doing some of them. I'd have liked to hear a little bit more around the agencies, what will be the actual roles and responsibilities of the agencies. You talk about cost, but there were no numbers. If the president is hearing a lot of technology, smart bins, that's a lot of money. It would have been good to have an estimate on potentially how much it's going to cost to implement some of this. And I think that it's good to bring recommendations, but I think it would have been good to pick what could be the priority of the areas that you're presenting. What could we start with? What would be the low-hanging fruits we can start with and then begin to build, taking into account our environment. But overall, good presentation.
Thank you.
An overall good presentation. We'll go back to our resident faculty member, Professor Ebo Hinton. Your thoughts?
Thank you very much, Mom. You said you are going to bring AI bins.
Yes, Prof.
Where will you get them from?
And so we will work with AI inclined.
Where does AI live? You work with AI, where?
No, I said artificial intelligence like Internet of Things. So we will leverage on that.
Madam, you are confusing me. So now it's Internet of Things bin, not AI bin.
No, AI like Internet of Things, sir.
You bring that bin.
Yes.
Where will you put it?
So we will designate them in the major cities all around.
You designate the bins
please.
to major cities?
Yes, please. We'll put them
and
in
then
the major
when
cities.
the AI, you said when the trash level is rising, then the bin will detect the trash level rising.
Yes, please.
And then what will happen?
That means that it is ready to be taken out to be replaced. Yes, please.
What if those who are going to take it out don't show up? What will the AI do?
Sorry?
Those going to take it out, what if they don't show up? What will the AI do after that?
They will show up because they...
How they been showing up now? Or the AI will bring them? I'm trying to understand. You know, tech is useful to the extent that you can show an ROI on the investment. So if you bring Internet of Things and large language models and bring AI, like my colleague said, we need to see some bang for our buck. So all these things you said, where does the return on investment lie?
Sorry?
Where does the return on investment lie? All these things you say we should. You kept on saying we don't need new money. We are just going to take the money allocated to us. What will the return on investment be?
Well, the return on investment will be one, because we are not taking new taxes and we are using the monies allocated to keep flat. We will use that and leverage on AI.
Hey,
not just
AI
that.
has come again. Okay.
Not just that.
Yes,
and
please.
the return on investment will be that one will be able. So the return on investment here will be that one will be carbon flats, will be able to reduce waste management, and when we reduce waste, Prof, we will not use much money.
Are you reducing waste or are you reducing waste management?
Sorry?
It's not the same. You said you are going to reduce waste management.
They are going to reduce waste.
Not management.
No.
That's what you said. So you can't answer the ROI question. Okay. Thank you very much. Madam Bella, please, I'll pass it on to you.
You see, Prof told us to have patience tonight. But he doesn't have patience when we mention AI, ROI, etc. But of course, he says great job as well. Nana Konedu, thank you so much. And so we've heard from Ishmael and Nana Konedu. We have two more of our finalists who will come on stage and present their solutions to the president. This is the grand finale of the Top Intern Season 3. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's not about the 90 minutes, it's what you put into the 90 minutes. It's not just about the win, it's about the will to win.
Matthew, you're not a 10.
Fly like an airplane,
You record a private video of yourself for your lover and accidentally post it on your work group chat. What would you do?
I'll call a meeting, ask everybody to delete it because it was a mistake.
I'm gonna best It's harder than it looks. Elevia Olakeia, what is the basic ingredient for cooking spaghetti bolognese? Water. Hey, madam, how many times did you flip that one? He's a 10 or she's a 10, but she doesn't like bathing.
You do not bathing, you're not a 10.
Fly like an airplane, F up every place and everybody know we bonded. Them take me down to me.
Just as tonight shows on Saturdays at 8 p.m. on TV3.
Brought to you by Darling XYZ.
Ghana's Most Beautiful celebrates 20 years of culture, grace, and legacy. You are warmly invited to an exclusive launch, gala, and fundraiser for a legacy project. An unforgettable evening shared with our cherished partners, distinguished past queens, and the remarkable individuals who have shaped this extraordinary journey over the years. Join us at 8 p.m. sharp at Adisa Pavilion within the prestigious Labadi Beach Hotel on 2nd August 2026. The red carpet opens at 6 p.m. Come for the elegance, stay for the purpose, be part of the legacy. Ghana's most beautiful 20 years of culture, grace, and legacy. This event is strictly by invitation.
Brought to you by
Gino Pomo Tomato Mix,
GTP, Kivo Gari 4-in-1 Mix, and Kivo Hot Pepper. Obuasi Numna Wumwankasa.
Incaress by NK Pharma.
Heaven Black Mosquito Spray and Coil.
Newcomer Blood Tonic and Gastron from Ernest Chemist.
Fratelli Calipo. Dragnet.
Global Wings Travel and Tour.
Lady Fort.
Vitamilk.
Vigatem.
In a world full of noise, clarity matters. Stories shape us, ideas challenge us. An honest dialogue moves us forward. This is a space for depth, where voices are heard and perspectives matter. Conversations with Dr. Abinanya Kwasumeni, coming soon on TV3.
TV3, first in news.
Ghana's most beautiful celebrates 20 years of culture, grace, and legacy. You are warmly invited to an exclusive launch, gala, and fundraiser for a legacy project. An unforgettable evening shared with our cherished partners, distinguished past queens, and the remarkable individuals who have shaped this extraordinary journey over the years. Join us at 8 p.m. sharp at Adisa Pavilion within the prestigious Labadi Beach Hotel on 2nd August 2026. The red carpet opens at 6 p.m. Come for the elegance, stay for the purpose, be part of the legacy. Ghana's most beautiful.
Hoping that eventually the faculty will announce one of them as our top intern winner for this season. We have seen Ishmael and Nana Kunedu present their 4 innovative solutions to addressing sanitation and flooding issues in this country. We're moving on to our next 2, and just remember you can join in the conversation. The hashtag is the top intern, and we also are streaming live on Facebook at TV3 Ghana, on YouTube as well, and I see a lot of messages, in fact an avalanche of messages from our viewers indicating who they think is doing well so far and could eventually win the top intern season 3. Keep those messages coming in. It's keeping us engaged as well, and eventually we'll all find out. But now let's invite our 3rd finalist for tonight to also present his solutions to the president as a strategic advisor. Please put your hands together for Bruce Sampson Jr., representing the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
I am Bruce Sampson Jr., a 26-year-old recent graduate of KNUST with a Bachelor of Industrial Arts. I feel very honored and motivated to be on the Top Intern show because it presents to me a platform where I can learn from industry experts and then also build some professional relationships as well. Being on the show, I deem it a great honor again to connect with like-minded people like myself, and then to also build the necessary capacity to be ready for the job market afterwards.
We see it every year. We call it an act of God. But the truth, it's an act of neglect. Our cities are choking. It's not just the rains, it's the garbage, the blocked drains, concrete covering our earth, and a not my problem attitude towards the plastics that threaten our lives.
The rubbish that comes here is from Circle. People dump refuse in water bodies and the rains bring them here. Then the Kole sends them to the sea. Every day, people defecate here. I want the government to dissolve the lagoon. What they've done is not enough.
Open defecation and irresponsible dumping are problems we claim to solve every day.
Get the president, I pay 50 Ghana. Your ball can be
If the authorities are to employ the youth to work here and pay them about 50 cedis a day, it will help. Some steal and are arrested because they have no source of income.
For we have built in waterways, blocked the water from passing, and we are paying dearly for it.
There is no one here who takes responsibility for this place. No one cares.
This isn't about clearing gutters. It's about securing our future. Let's stop managing the problems and start building solutions.
Good evening, faculty. 7 regions affected, over 75,000 persons displaced, 35 lives lost, and millions of Ghana's cities washed down the drain. This is the statistics for the recent flood situation we had in our country. Every year when the flood waters rise, it doesn't just wash away homes. It exposes the very fractures within our waste management system, and we sit down aloof. It is time for that to change. I'll present to you 4 strategic solutions to these problems. Ghana currently faces poor sanitation issue, flooding, and the waste management issues. First, our first solution is to decentralize recycling centers. For a country with a population of almost 36 million persons, we have close to 30 recycling centers in our country. And unfortunately, all of these centers are centered at Accra and then Kumasi, which makes it very difficult because we have to transport these waste from other places to the only centers we have, and we intend to pay more than we have to. So we are going to solve poor solid waste management by establishing localized recycle hubs in all MMDAs. MMDAs are the very base of our government system. They are the ones who have direct contact with persons living in our society. So they should be the best persons to implement this initiative. We are going to do that by first having a partnership with the private sector, because they are going to be profit-driven. If it is solely public sector, at some point it will have difficulties in its implementation. 2, government is going to help procure modular low-cost machines that are going to break down the structures of these waste that we have to be able to feed them as raw materials to the industries, so government can get return on its investment. We are going to do that in 4 phases. That's the data partnership, machine procurement, raw, and then processing stage. And last, we are going to scale it to the national level when that succeeds at the local MMDA level as well. This is an estimated budget of it. After all this expenditure is made, government is approximately going to spend around $1,500,000, and this is still cheaper than the reactive funds we release almost every year when these issues happen. Secondly, we are going to leverage on artificial intelligence. Mr. President, AI is taking over the world. If Ghana intends to solve its problems, we have to include AI in our solutions. But this AI I present to you, Asase Care AI, is going to be very practical in the sense that it breaks the gap between the educated, uneducated, the person in the rural areas, and the person in the cities. It has a USSD system for someone to just send a text to report that this is happening. It breaks the barrier between the unofficial waste collectors who tend to dump their refuse anywhere because there is no regulation in that sector. My AI does that and solves that problem. Then we are going to roll out this initiative in 12 months. That is approximately a year. Mr. President, this is urgent. We have to solve these problems. You cannot wait for 3, 4, 5 years to solve an issue that comes out every year. So we are going to use the first 3 months to have stakeholder integration, do regional piloting in 2 to 6 months, do performance tracking, and do a nationwide scale-up by the end of the 12-month period. And we have a budget of $210 million. This is not a huge figure. We just released 270 million Ghana cedis recently to help in that sector. Then this is projects. We are going to talk about the project viability framework. This is, in simple words, who does what and who takes care of what responsibility. The trash to cash back will be taken care of Ministry of Local Government in partnership with private recyclers. Then the micro collection centers. Then drainage trash traps that we are going to put in place will just be taken care of by local tech persons in our country. We are not going to pay foreign persons to build trash traps for us. Our money has to stay in Ghana and work for Ghana. So my third solution to the issue we have at hand is strict law enforcement. Mr. President, we live in a country where Section 181 of our local government Act clearly bars open defecation, clearly bars activities that endanger our environment. But what do we see? They do not work. Our laws have to work. We are going to solve the problem of open defecation using only 4 steps. Engage and educate our community, subsidize construction of toilet facilities. Mind you, this is being done by Vision 1 NGO. And currently, they've been able to declare Dohia number 1 and 2 in the Volta region open defecation free. We can encourage this by scaling it to the national level. If as an NDA they have been able to do that only in the Volta region, we can do that in Choko, we can do that in Kolegono. We are also going to scale this in 4 phases. Then we have a budget of close to $14,000 to implement this particular initiative. Then lastly, our last solution to stop the issue of flooding is to clear and maintain our waterways. Mr. President, every year we wait and be reactive to the situation. How about we act before it happens? How about we preempt and solve these pollutions? How about we clear our drains? How about we have our gutters opened up so my sister doesn't die at Seko or at Kasua? We are going to implement these by just 4 steps. First, we are going to have our information gathered through the services of the local government. There are staff at the local government level whose responsibilities are supposed to get us these information. That's the information services at the local government. They are going to function. We are going to employ the use of the Asase AI to get this same information we talk about. Then we are going to have planned desilting. We are not going to be reactive again. We will preempt and solve the problems before they happen. Then lastly, instead of removing structures and breaking down people's investment, in places where it's difficult, in places where breaking down those properties will cause more harm than it will do good, we are going to employ the strategy of land pool system. This clearly has worked in Rwanda, Ethiopia, and Addis Ababa, where places that are going to be affected take part of their lands, give it to the government. That is used to create drains to reduce the risk of floods in the impending season. That also has a budget to cater for that. Then, Mr. President, we have a map of the Greater Accra flood risk, where the red area here shows all those places that has been encroached. Our laws are being flouted. Our laws must work. Thank you.
Well, Bruce insists that our laws must work because they are being flouted flagrantly. And so on that note, we'll go to our faculty and find out from them what their thoughts are on this presentation. I'll come to you straight away, Madam Emma Ajua Apia. Your thoughts?
Thank you, Bella. Mr. Bruce, good evening.
Good evening, madam.
You look smart in your suit.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Indeed, your opening listed almost all the issues, and I was very glad that you did that. I also noted that you have phased all your recommendations. You phased them out, and indeed, if it should get to the president, it makes understanding of the issues from your submission very easy to assimilate, and that is good. The other thing that touched me also was the plan desilting. For a place like Accra, that is very, very needed. And your data was also up for me. But the part that I want to inquire from you is the law enforcement. You are calling for laws to be enforced, yes, but there are a number of MMDAs who do not have their bylaws gazetted. How will you deal with that? And two, of all the recommendations that you have, if the president says, I'm funding one, and you have to finish in 6 months, and you have a 1-year plan, what will you do? Thank you.
Okay, madam, with the very first question, I think the MMDAs that do not have their bylaws gazetted, that is not even the main problem. These MMDAs are understaffed. Offices I have visited, the Wutu Senya East Municipal Assembly, the Greater Accra, AME, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, currently have understaffed, are understaffed. So even in the case where these bylaws are gazetted, they would still not be able to function. They will still not be able to do what is required of them. So yes, they have to be gazetted and then subsequently be employed, more staff be brought on board.
Okay, thank you. So we'll move on to Professor Abel Hinton now.
But you were asked a question about lack of gazetting. They decided because you know more than us, you go and answer another question. Is that how to answer questions on the top in my brother? Hey, that's not even the problem. Who told you it's not the problem? We have determined in our wisdom that this is a challenge. Then you are coming to tell us that it's not even the understaffed. Brother, are they the same problems? Lack of gazetting and are they the same problems? Hey, Papa. Then in your video too, you said something like concrete is covering the earth.
Yes, please.
Which part? Where is it? You are from Tech, right?
Yes, please.
Is it Kumasi area? It's covering where?
Okay.
The concrete is covering where?
Okay, so this may not be public knowledge, but then according to local government acts.
Yes, please.
Section 14.
Yes, please.
It gives it delegates or its mandate. Sorry, it mandates every house owner to leave close to 40% of their lands bare. Just so when it rains, it doesn't just wash away onto our streets, it sinks onto the earth, and that reduces flood to a certain point.
So
but then what we have in our day is that because we have the money, almost everybody has tiled their houses, and then these rains just wash off from everybody's houses onto our streets to an extent that our quota just on our streets get washed away to a certain point. So that's also a contributory factor.
The quota. So wait, I like this guy. The quota has gone. Okay. No, so the concrete, is it in the house or outside the house?
Oh, our compounds, the tiled compound, concreted compound, they are not permeable enough for the rain to get through.
So the concrete is inside?
Not in the rooms, our compounds.
Boss, you had 3 different slides with 3 different budgets. I beg, what's going on? Okay, what's the total budget?
Okay, so every policy has to have like an amount allocated for its implementation. I didn't have a round figure for everything. I did it's individually.
No, wait. So one you said was $210 million.
Yes, please.
And that's the AI one.
Yes, please, because it's going to be scaled nationally.
And then he said it's not a lot because some people got some 270
Yes, please.
What were you talking about, sir?
No,
who got that one? The big one you called? Who got it?
Not necessarily somebody got. Our government released funds to.
To who? Don't come and be telling our stories here. Who did they release the funds to?
That was the flood mitigation fund, that the relief fund that was released.
So because
recently.
of that money, 210 million is not a lot.
I think this 210.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Well done. Well done.
Well done, Bruce. I'm sure by the time the show ends, you have many names from Papa to Brother to a number of other names as well. But now we're moving on to our final contestants. We're still at the first round of the competition, and they're supposed to come up with innovative solutions to tackling waste management or waste generation in the country, as well as flooding. Let's bring on stage now Vanessa Wenam Banini.
Hello everyone, my name is Vanessa Wenam Banini. I'm 24 years old and a graduate in actuarial science from the University of Professional Studies. I'm really excited to be on the Top Intern show, and I know that there's so much for me to learn. I am here for the mentorship to learn about the different industries and to grow my skills as a leader and to influence others.
In 1995, Ghana witnessed one of the worst flood disasters in its history. Homes were destroyed, livelihoods were disrupted, and communities were left counting their losses. Years later, history repeated itself, but this time it became a twin tragedy. Fire and water claiming lives on the same day. And today, we are still telling the same story.
First, to me, Bassa, a baby by saying, on say level. Your normal baby, Koe, Kolakiti, will bear 1 week pepper, and soon chew a proof you say, who are ditching your son. To make me, I say, the cause of is soon as in it, as a got an on me and your papa. The sooner if you a hand in our
But if it rains, we find it difficult over here.
Actually, me, my shop flooded 5 times. A guy got drowned, a family man. Yeah, he got drowned. It's been tough. Yeah, it's been tough. So close to 2 months now, I having to work like the way I used to.
Even it's of recent that the soldiers came. They came and shuffled inside. You can see inside. They remove all the particles, everything inside. We are pleading to the government to come to our end.
I've lost so many things.
But to what end? But to what end must family lose lives and their livelihoods? But through predictable floods that can't be avoided. This documentary is not a flood story. It is a systems failure. Every day, like every other Ghanaian household, I throw my trash, my plastic waste, my food waste, and my batteries all in the same bin. And when the waste collectors come to pick it up, they pick it up together, and the irresponsible ones store it anywhere they want. Now, this story shows us that there was a tragedy that happened with the story. Lives were lost, and entrepreneurs went into financial hardships. We must commend Mr. President for his national sanitation campaigns that he has done. But we must recognize that these campaigns are emergency responses that cleans up yesterday's mess, whilst tomorrow's mess goes unmanaged. So I had to come up with a solution. A solution through research. I found a city called Indore. Indore is a city in India whose systems are very much similar to Accra. They ranked 149 in cleanliness, and we built a model that pushed them to first in their city 8 years running. I didn't borrow their model. I learned one principle from it, which is build the system first, then empower the citizens to participate. Our system starts in our households. We must recognize the efforts that the government is already putting in to manage our waste issues. So my solutions are bridges that connect what government already has going, and they strengthen the systems we already have in place. Starting with a nationwide color-coded sorting system. Green for organic or food waste, blue for plastics, and black for other types of waste. And after the pilot stages, even that will be further broken down into their correct allocations. Now, the people must understand why. Why must we sort our waste? Through education, we can enlighten them. Education from all levels, from the young child to the adult, from the formal to the informal sector. Each and every single person must be educated. So through the schools, we are educating the students. Through social media, TV, and radio, we are educating the general public. And for the informal sector, we are mobilizing our MMDA Environmental Health Task Force. We are transforming them from enforcers to educators, teaching our informal sectors how to properly manage and sort their waste. Now, after we've taught these citizens how to sort their waste and they're actually complying, if the waste collectors come and they take the waste together, they see it and then they ask themselves, why should I sort my waste if at the end of the day it's going to be put together? So we move to the waste collectors. We move to the informal sector because they seem to be the people with the issue, as we term them, aboboyas. Government has already enforced or mandated that these aboboyas, the tricycle operators, be registered and licensed to be able to operate. To ensure that this happens, I came up with this system, a digital waste marketplace. Now with this system, you dial the short code *233#. The only way these tricycle operators can access this platform is through their license that they receive. And they are only paid once the waste is sent to their appropriate facilities. They are paid through mobile money so that they don't take the cash from the citizens and then dump the waste anywhere. In as much as we are grateful to the citizens for complying with our waste management systems, we must also reward them in any little way that we can. So through airtime incentives or a few CDs here and there to tell them that, yes, we appreciate that they are willing to accept what it is that we have started as a country. Now, now we move to the producers of plastics. Ghana has an enhancing producer responsibility framework. Now, we can further enforce this by creating a national digital EPR registry where producers log the tonnage of produce they make. And they are required to build at least one recycling hub in every area of production they find themselves. Failure to do this would mean that your license renewals and your clearances and your port clearances will be blocked. We are telling the corporate industry that we want them to join us in turning organic waste into compost and plastics into raw materials for manufacturing. We are also moving to accountability because we know that if there is no accountability, the system is bound to fail. So we create an MMDA cleanliness performance scorecard, which is made public to everyone. This scorecard is determined based on independent assessment of drain cleanliness, waste collection, waste separation, and the infrastructure. Now, we are seeing now, based on this, that there will be funds tied to this assessment. And your score will determine how much of that fund will be released to you. In as much as we have created this comprehensive waste management system, we must also understand that some of our gutters are small. So they can be the cleanest gutters we have, but if they are too small, the flood is still going to happen. So we must expand drainage capacity, protect our wetlands, and stop illegal construction on our waterways. 4 solutions, both all integrated: separate, collect, circulate, and accountability. We will not transform Ghana overnight. We will start small. We will look at the areas that were largely affected, like Aloboshi and Dome, and refine the model based on the feedback we get, and scale it across Accra, then nationwide. Now, we know that our foundations are weak, and we know there's a storm coming. So the question is, are we willing to build our foundations and strengthen our foundations before the next storm arrives? 4 hands, 1 foundation. The citizens do the separation. The formal and informal waste collection sectors collect waste. The corporate Ghana provides the investment, and the government provides leadership and accountability. This is the QR code to the *233 platform. Let us all come together and make Ghana safer and better for everyone. Thank you.
Let's make Ghana safer and better for everyone. Vanessa Wenham Banini. Larry Kotoy, I'll start off with you.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
You actually described our EPR system so well.
Thank you.
You actually went to the bottom of the problem in terms of circularity. If you don't do sorting or segregation, you will never know what you are recycling. Sometimes we say recycling companies can just recycle anything. No. They are set up to recycle specific waste streams. And those waste streams, if we do not create that value chain for them, they will never receive those materials. So I like the fact that you started with the waste segregation and sorting from homes.
Thank you.
And other institutions, and described how circularity will be perfected. I also like the informal sector integration that you introduced. That is very key, because in Ghana, our collection is largely informal.
Yes.
And without them, it will be very difficult to implement any successful system. So I like that fact and the livelihood that will also create.
Thank you.
Other aspect is the traceability system that you have created.
Thank you.
And as if you have read our law, but I must say that we don't have the EPR law yet.
Okay.
It's still a draft. But I can see that you have read in and out to even point out the e-registry, which is the traceability tool to actually know where waste is moving. So I think that is a fantastic presentation, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic presentation, says Larry Kotoy. Let's go to Professor Ebo Hinton.
It's too fantastic. It's too fantastic. I'll tell you why. I always appreciate someone who comes to say, we have some foundations and we'll build on them. Because we have not been facing this flood situation since yesterday evening. It's been happening for a while. So I think it was a really fresh approach to explain that you are going to build on what already exists. I have one question for you though. There was some 83 million somewhere. And that one is about what? Since you studied actuarial science, the 83 is about what?
So the 83 million is the amount of...
Is the slide still there? Or it's gone away? Okay, you tell me, what's it about?
So the 83 million is the amount, in figures, the amount of waste Ghana generates.
That's the 83 million?
Yes, 83 million a day.
83 million what?
83 million cedis worth of waste.
A day?
Yes.
Are you sure? Isn't the weight in tons or is it in cedis?
It's in tons, but you can measure.
You can value it.
Yes, you can
so
value.
So the value is 83 million cedis.
Yes.
I think Emma wants to say something. The tons and the cedis.
Okay.
I'm saying that Osumo Kaple.
But she's an actuarial woman, so I understand
because
that.
I've not heard waste management
I'm
being
telling you,
discussed in terms of CDs
and dollars.
before.
She's an actuarial lady. So, Madam Sumo Kaple, thank you for coming through. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vanessa Wenambanini. And that rounds up our first round for the grand finale. But before we take a break, of course, let's go back to our judges or our faculty. And each of them had the opportunity to express their thoughts on the presentation so far. But now, let's take their general reviews from all 4 presentations tonight. And so, Emma, I'll start off with you. Overall, are you impressed? Is there room for improvement?
I am very impressed because if we have these young people with this depth of knowledge about how to handle our sanitation issues, environmental waste management, it tells me that the future is bright.
All right. Well, let's come to you, Anita, and we'll make it very brief.
Yes, I've been very impressed with the presentation, especially the two who actually took the solutions to the reality of our situation, and then also were able to make some innovative suggestions on how things can be done. I think my favorite part is the accountability measures, because that's important to track and monitor what you're doing. But yes, it's been very impressive, all four finalists.
All right, Larry.
Yes, so I was also impressed about the innovation that they are bringing in terms of you can't leave out technology now when it comes to waste management. So I really like that part of that traceability and accountability system they are introducing. Yeah.
Prof, what about you?
I've been with them from the beginning, and listening to them tonight, I have no doubt in my mind that they deserve to be here. So all set, all good.
All set, all good. From our faculty, and of course from you watching us at home as well. What are your thoughts? But let me ask the audience here in the auditorium. Who's doing well so far? I'm hearing Vanessa, Bruce, Kunedu, Ishmael. Okay, well, eventually we'll find out who would be walking away with that grand prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis plus a scholarship of their choosing, sponsored by Academic City. This is the Top Intern Season 3. We'll take a break, and when we get back, well, we'll have some performances, and we will jump right into our second and final round for tonight. Don't go anywhere.
Ghana's Most Beautiful celebrates 20 years of culture, grace, and legacy. You are warmly invited to an exclusive launch, gala, and fundraiser for a legacy project. An unforgettable evening shared with our cherished partners, distinguished past queens, and the remarkable individuals who have shaped this extraordinary journey over the years. Join us at 8 p.m. sharp at Adisa Pavilion within the prestigious Labadi Beach Hotel on 2nd August 2026. The red carpet opens at 6 p.m. Come for the elegance, stay for the purpose, be part of the legacy. Ghana's Most Beautiful, 20 years of culture, grace, and legacy. This event is strictly by invitation.
Brought to you by Gino Pomo Tomato Mix, GTP, Kivo Gari 4-in-1 Mix, and Kivo Hot Pepper. Obwasid Numna Wumwankasa.
Incaress by NK Pharma.
Heaven Black Mosquito Spray and Coil.
Newcomer Blood Tonic and Gastron from Ernest Chemist.
Fratelli Calipo. Dragnet.
Global Wings Travel and Tour.
Lady Fort.
Vitamilk.
Vigatem.
In a world full of noise, clarity matters. Stories shape us, ideas challenge us. An honest dialogue moves us forward. This is a space for depth, where voices are heard and perspectives matter. Conversations with Dr. Abnanya Kwasmeni, coming soon on TV3.
TV3, first in news.
Something about you, you bring me healing. Say, feelings, I'm in my feelings. It be something about you, you bring me healing. Oh, hey, when I listen, oh your body be my medicine. I'm addicted with the way that you hold me down. Oh yeah, I listen, hey, oh your body be my medicine. I'm addicted. Girl, I see my days. I swear I lie to the heavens, girl, you be my taste. Oh, you be my weakness, and you know you make me crazy. Make me crazy. Your love is like a drug. Oh, in my system, baby. Oh, na 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 na. I need to let you go. Oh, yeah. Oh, you go be yawa yawa yawa. Yawa, 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 yawa. Hey, yes, hey. When I listen, oh, your body be my medicine. Hey, oh, I'm addicted. With the way that you hold me down, oh, yeah. Oh, I listen, oh, your body be my medicine. Oh, I'm addicted. Say, with the way that you, let's go. To my eye, name is in my eye. To my eye, name is in my eye. To my eye, name is in my eye. To my eye.
I want to see if you are ready for this next one. I want to test your vocals a little. It's been so serious. Let's have fun a little, right? It's been so book, right? So let's see this. Me beria se oh na soye moi oh me nyobia me beria se oh kwa say odoye we. Get ready, let's go. Hey. Hey, I see you smiling. It's when I'm in the money from more. I wanna my body in the show. What do you say? I'm a what is that? Hey, sorry, no bad. One drink, oh, my dance one drink, hey, when you mention into mintina, me wanna swim into mingas, me do it, say I know. Are you ready? Oh, baby, yes, say, oh, na tell you more, oh, baby, yes, say, oh, for me, oh, do you wait? Don't sing, oh, baby, yes, say, don't come, say, what time me, hey, are you ready?
Me ma be changa me ye toye. Inko si se ko beda santi me mudie. Otumo she me wale. When I'm yes and ya me no. When I'm yes and ya me no. When I'm yes and ya me no. Me baby oh, not to him. Oh, me no bia. Me baby oh, but oh, yeah, we don't see no way. Oh, me baby Thank you guys so much. Jajale shi onga epai. Onga epai. Jajale shi onga epai. Onga epai. Inke jajale shi onga epai. 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 Onga epai. Namo ulaka obeshele na ke koye nyoye onga pabeke te manse oya woyoke esene namo shaya shoya shwene ao bati otokunore ashifola ni bine waboe
In a world full of noise.
Are you having fun? Did you enjoy that Sina Soul performance? Well, she was right. It's not everyday book law. Sometimes you have to what? It was too short. You want more? If we do that, we won't end the show now. Don't you want the winner for tonight? Aha, so let's get right on to business, right? Well, you're welcome back. This is the grand finale of the Top Intern Season 3. First round done and dusted. Now we're going to a second and final round. But let me just remind you, we have 4 finalists tonight. And the overall winner will be walking away with 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, plus a scholarship of their choosing, sponsored by the Academic City College. Also, second winner will get 8,000 Ghana cedis. The person who will come in third place, 6,000 Ghana cedis. And in fourth place, they walk away with 4,000 Ghana cedis. We're inching closer to the final round where, of course, we'll find out who eventually wins. But this is going to be a very interesting one. We're going to play out a scenario for this round. After which, we have 3 highly skilled journalists in our midst who will now ask them a question each. And each contestant will have 1 minute to answer each question. And so if you're ready, we're going to go straight now. But let me also introduce our journalists. Tonight we have Safwa Banahene. There she is. Hello, Safwa. Buahene, sorry. And then Christabel Success Treve is here with us. We also have George Queenan. So let's have our first contestant on stage, Bruce. Well, Ishmael, pardon me. Ishmael Odro, a champion. Please come on stage. Okay. There he is. I'll read out a scenario, after which our journalists will ask their questions. Now it says, you are the chief executive officer of one of Ghana's largest beverage companies. During a routine quality assurance check, your internal laboratory confirms that one production batch of your company's most popular drink has been contaminated. Approximately 50,000 bottles have already been distributed across Ghana. At this stage, no illnesses have been reported. However, one of your major distributors has detected the problem, and the story is about to reach the media. A nationwide recall could cost your company hundreds of millions of Ghana cedis, threaten thousands of jobs, and significantly damage the company's reputation. Delaying action, however, could put your consumers at risk. As CEO, you have been called to address the media. The journalists are here and they will ask the questions. We'll start off with you. Safwa.
Okay. Hi, Ishmael.
Hello,
and so
Safwa.
it's a good thing that no illnesses have been reported yet. But in this case, what advice are you going to give to consumers who are likely to buy this product? And what also happens to those who have already bought it already? Thank
Right. So it's company policy that consumer always come first, not the profit. So I would beseech on all our consumers who have purchased the affected batch that please return them. We will refund the whole process. And then do not use them. Even though no illness has been recorded, do not use them. Return them to source. They will refund you because consumer protection is the first key principle in our company.
So Ishmael, so a nationwide recall could cost your company hundreds of millions of cedis and also threaten thousands of jobs. So how do you balance consumer protection and also safeguarding the future of your business?
So thank you very much. So ethically, you don't use people as a means to an end. We use them as an end in themselves. So even though we are going to lose, we still put our consumers priority because without them, the company ceases to exist. So we will still recall the affected batches and then refund the payment to our consumers and then ensure that the problem is nipped in the bud at source.
Right, Ishmael. So once this crisis we're talking about is over, what specific measures are you going to put in place to rebuild public trust and confidence?
We have been transparent through this, so we have communicated openly to you. We identified that yes, there's a defected batch that's out there. That is a start, and then the warehouse or the laboratory which caused the batch that is out there to be affected. We promised that we are going to fix the problems in the warehouse or the factory where the product got affected, and then in subsequent futures, we produce to deliver quality like you always knew.
All right, thank you so much, CEO Ishmael Odro Echampon. You can go backstage. Judges, hold on with your comments till we have all 4 of them on stage. Can we have Nana Kunedu Ajiman on stage at this point? Nana Kunedu Ajiman, if you can join us on stage. All right. And this is our next CEO. Nana, listen to this scenario. We'll have our journalists ask you a question. And for each question, you have a minute to answer. You can go maybe less, but you cannot go beyond 1 minute. So this is the scenario. You are the CEO of one of Ghana's largest beverage companies. During a routine quality assurance check, your internal laboratory confirms that one production batch of your company's most popular drink has been contaminated. Approximately 50,000 bottles have already been distributed across Ghana. At this stage, no illnesses have been reported. However, one of your major distributors has detected the problem, and the story is about to reach the media. A nationwide recall could cost your company hundreds of millions of Ghana cedis, threaten thousands of jobs, and significantly damage the company's reputation. Delaying action, however, could put consumers at risk. As CEO, you have been called to address the media. The journalists are ready with your questions.
Hi, Kunedu.
Hello.
And so my first question to you is that no illnesses have been reported nor recorded yet. What advice are you going to give to consumers who are likely to eventually buy this product, and for those who have already bought it and are yet to consume?
Okay. Thank you very much for the question. I will hold consumption. I will send SMS messages. I'll send SMS messages, and I'll leverage on radio and local stations as well to halt consumption. I'll tell them not to take the beverage, because what is my company without the people that are purchasing? So yes, I'll save lives first before the company. So I'll halt consumption.
Hello, Kunedu. So
Yes,
a nationwide recall could cost your company hundreds of millions of cedis and also threaten thousands of jobs. So how do you balance consumer protection and that of safeguarding the future of your business?
Okay, thank you very much. So So when I stay silent, I will lose 100 of millions of dollars. And I would want to speak out, because when I keep quiet, it means that I'm going to lose more. Silence means consent. It means I know what is happening. And if I'm losing that much and I don't come out to speak up and tell consumers what is happening, then it means I'm going to lose more than gain more. And so I'll reach out to them to save money, future monies. Yes, please.
All right, I'm going to throw the same question I asked Ishmael to you.
Okay.
Once this crisis is over and you want to build public trust, what measures are you going to put in place to gain public trust?
Okay, thank you very much. I will display the auditor who worked on investigations to know if rightly and sure the product has been halted. I will display the results because they are positive. It means that the beverage, the contamination has been sorted, and so people can now purchase the product. Also, I'll send SMS messages, and this is what I'll do. For anybody who bought the product and could not use it because it was contaminated, I'm going to refund them or give them double of what they bought.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Nana Kunedu. You can put your hands together for her. You can go backstage, CEO. And while she does so, let's invite on stage Bruce Sampson Jr. as our next CEO to face the journalists. And while he joins us on stage, I will play out the scenario one more time. Bruce, this is to you. You are the Chief Executive Officer of one of Ghana's largest beverage companies. During a routine quality assurance check, your internal laboratory confirms that one production batch of your company's most popular drink has been contaminated. Approximately 50,000 bottles have already been distributed across Ghana. At this stage, no illnesses have been reported. However, one of your major distributors has detected the problem, and the story is about to reach the media. A nationwide recall would cost your company hundreds of millions of Ghana cedis, threaten thousands of jobs, and significantly damage the company's reputation. Delaying action, however, could put consumers at risk. As CEO, you have been called to address the media. The media is ready for you. You have a minute to answer each question, and so 3 minutes in total.
Hi, Bruce.
Hello.
And so no illnesses have been recorded